Good morning, students. In previous video we discussed about adsorption, colloidal solutions and types of colloidal solutions based on physical states of dp and dm. So here one important point is there. So every colloidal solution contains two substances. They are called dp and dm. We discussed already. Dp is lesser amount and dm is more amount. To satisfy the colloidal solution condition, the solution contains, that means the size of the particle in colloidal solution should be lies between 1 millimicron to 1 micron. The size of the particle lies between 1 millimicron to 1 micron in any solution, then that solution is considered as colloidal solution. 1 millimicron value is 10 to the power of minus 7 centimeters. 1 micron value is 10 to the power of minus 4 centimeters. In meters, 1 micron equal to 10 to the power of minus 6 meters and 1 millimicron equal to 10 to the power of minus 9 meters. In nanometers, its value, the size of the particle should be lies between 1 to 1000 nanometers. That is the value in nanometers, 1 to 1000 nanometers. But in case of microns or millimicrons, it should be lies between 1 millimicron to 1 micron size of the particle. Then only that solution is considered as colloidal solution. Now there are some more points regarding this one. If you finish this topic, then this chapter will be finished. First point is, based on the attractions between dp and dm, the soles are classified into two types. Based on attractions between dp and dm, the colloidal solutions are classified into two types. That means between dp and dm, in some colloidal solutions attractions are more, in some colloidal solutions attractions are very less. So based on that, they are classified into two types. They are called lyophilic and lyophobic. In chemistry, philic means love and phobic means hate. So that lyophilic means, the definition is what? The attraction between dp and dm is more. That is called lyophilic. If the attractions are less, that is called lyophobic. So here the definition is, if the attractions are more between dp and dm, then it is called lyophilic sole. For example, starch. That means when starch powder is present in water, then starch powder, most of the starch powder, not all amount, most of the starch powder is readily dissolvable in water. That means between starch and water attractions are more. That is why that starch, that is solution is considered as lyophilic. Similarly, gum, when gum is present in water, then also attractions are more. So that is also called lyophilic sole. So lyophilic sole means if the attractions are more between dp and dm, that is called lyophilic sole. Next, these are more stable. Because attractions are more, automatically stability is also more. We know that point already. Next, here one important point is there, that is these are reversible. Reversible means, listen carefully, reversible means, suppose when we separate dp and dm regarding lyophilic soles, when we separate dp and dm regarding lyophilic soles, then it can be reformed by adding dispersion medium to dispersed phase. I repeat once again. If we separate dp and dm regarding lyophilic soles, then it can be reformed by adding dispersion medium to dispersed phase. Suppose if we separate starch from water, if you add more amount of water to starch, again starch sole can be formed. That is why these are called reversible soles. That is the meaning of reversible. I hope you understand very well. Next one, lyophilic soles. Lyophobic soles. Lyophobic we discussed already. Phobic means hate. That means if attractions are very less between dp and dm, those are called lyophobic souls. These are very less because attractions are less. These are very less. Next, these are irreversible. Irreversible means once we separate dp from dm, it cannot be reformed again when dispersion medium is added to dispersed phase, because these can be formed by separate methods, separate chemical methods. That is why these souls cannot be reformed again. But in case of lyophilic souls, those can be formed by direct mixing of dp and dm. If dp mixed with dm directly, then those souls can be formed directly. But these are formed by separating methods, by separating chemical methods. Those are not mentioned in our syllabus, so no need to discuss about those methods. You just remember this point. So here irreversible means this cannot be reformed again when dp and when dm is added to dp. That is why these are called irreversible. For example, for these souls is metal souls, sulfide souls. Metal souls means when any metal is present in dispersion medium, that is called metal soul. For example, gold. So gold is a metal, gold soul. Sulfide soul means when sulfide means sulfur is present in water, that is called sulfide soul. So these are the examples for lyophobic souls. So this is the classification based on attraction between dp and dm. Now one more classification is there, that is based on size of the colloidal particles. Based on size of the colloidal particles, they are classified into three types. This classification is based on size of the colloidal particles. Previous classification is based on attractions between dp and dm. Now the classification is based on what? Based on size of colloidal particles. These are classified into three types. They are they are multimolecular colloids, macromolecular colloids, and last one micelles. Micelles, these are also called associated colloids. Now we discuss everything. First one is multimolecular colloids. See, these colloids are formed by association of micromolecules. Association means aggregation of micromolecules. Suppose when gold particles is present in dispersion medium, then those gold particles, all gold particles comes close to each other. That means they aggregate, they become aggregate. Then the particles of that colloidal solution should be 1 millimicron or 1 micron, or between that its value between 1 millimicron to 1 micron. Then only that solution is considered as colloidal solution. Here that colloidal solution is called multimolecular colloids. Similarly, sulfur soul. That means when sulfur is present in dispersion medium, all sulfur molecules aggregate each other. Then the size of the sulfur souls should be how much? Between 1 millimicron to 1 micron. Then only that solution is considered as sulfur soul. That means nothing but colloidal solution. Here that colloidal solution is called multimolecular colloidal solution. So the definition is what? The colloidal solution is obtained by association or aggregation of micromolecules, small particles. That is one classification, simple definition. Next one is macromolecular colloids. In previous case small particles, here macromolecular colloids. That means if the colloidal solution contains macromolecules, that is called macromolecular colloids. In previous case micromolecules, in this case macromolecules. For example, starch. cellulose. These are macromolecules because each starch contains 200 to 1000 glucose units. Starch is a polymer. Similarly, cellulose is also a polymer. These are natural polymers because they occur in nature. That is why these are called natural polymers. So here the point is what? Starch contains more number of glucose units. When that starch is present in water or in any liquid, all starch particles comes close to each other. That means they become aggregate. Then the size of the particle become large. That means the size of the particle should satisfy the condition of colloidal particle in colloidal solution. Then those colloidal solutions are called macromolecular colloids. So the definition is what? If the colloidal solution contains macromolecules, that is called macromolecular colloids. Why these are called macromolecules? Because these contain the more number of molecules. Already these contains, starch contains nearly 200 to 1000 glucose molecules. Starch. So that starch is considered as macromolecule. If that macromolecule is present in water, then it forms colloidal solution. Why? The particles becomes aggregate. Next one, this is important thing. Third one, that is micelles. This is also called associated colloids. Here the definition is somehow different. It is not easy definition as in previous two cases. See, listen carefully. The colloids which behave as normal strong electrolytes at low concentrations but exhibit colloidal particles at higher concentration due to formation of aggregated particles. That means at lower concentration they act as electrolytes, not colloidal solutions, but at a higher concentration they act as colloidal solutions due to formation of aggregated particles or formation of association particles. For example, if I say the example, then we get idea. See, here one term is there, CMC, that is called critical micelle concentration. Critical micelle concentration. The critical micelle concentration for soap is 10 to the power of minus 3 to 10 to the power of minus 4 moles per liter. This is the critical micelle concentration for soap. Its meaning is, if its concentration is less than 10 to the power of minus 3, which concentration? If soap concentration is 10 to the power of minus 3 moles per liter, moles per liter, then that soap acts as electrolyte. But if the concentration is more than 10 to the power of minus 3, then that soap acts as colloidal solution. Because more than 10 to the power of minus 3 means more number of molecules are present compared to here. If more number of molecules are present, all molecules comes close to each other. That means they become aggregate. Aggregate means association group. Then bigger size of the colloidal particle is formed. Then that size is how much? Its size should be satisfied the condition of colloidal particle in colloidal solution. That means automatically its size is definitely lies between 1 millimicron to 1 micron. Then that is considered as colloidal solution. Here that colloidal solution is called associated colloids. That is also called micelles. So if you understand this example, then you get the idea of the definition. See, this is the 10 to the power of minus 3 to 10 to the power of minus 4. This is what? CMC, critical micelle concentration of soap. If its concentration, if soap concentration is less than 10 to the power of minus 3, then that soap is acts as electrolyte, because If concentration is 10 to the power less than 10 to the power of minus 3, that means concentration is somehow less. Then why it acts as electrolyte in that condition? Because if concentration is less, that means number of moles are less, nothing but number of particles are less. If a number of particles are less, those particles are become free. If the particles are become free, then they can move readily from one place to another place. If a substance having that capacity, that tendency, that means which tendency? If the substance have moving capacity, the moving capacity means if the substance contains free particles, then the substance exhibits electricity, then the substance acts as electrolyte. That is the reason behind this one. I repeat once again, if concentration of soap is less than 10 to the power of minus 3, it acts as electrolyte. Why? If concentration is less than 10 to the power of minus 3 means it contains less number of particles. If substance contains less number of particles, they become very free. That means free particles are present. If free particles are present, then it acts as electrolyte because they can conduct electricity. That is the reason. Here one more point is there. What is the one more point? If concentration is more than 10 to the power of minus 3, then only that soap acts as what? Colloidal solution. Why? If concentration is more than 10 to the power of minus 3, that means more number of particles are there. If more number of particles are there, then automatically those particles become aggregate. If they become aggregate, that means if they become group, then they form bigger molecule. Then the size of the molecule is lies between 1 millimicron to 1 micron. Then that solution is considered as colloidal solution. So if you understand these 2 points, this one, then you can get the definition. So what is the definition? The colloids which behave as normal strong electrolytes at a low concentration but exhibit colloidal particles at higher concentration due to formation of aggregated particles. This is very important. This is very important definition for 1 mark. Next, there are some more points. What is critical missile concentration? We set the definition based on critical missile concentration. Before that, we should know what is critical missile concentration. See, here the definition is the formation of missiles takes place only above particular concentration is called CMC. The formation of missiles takes place only above particular concentration. See, this is the CMC for soap. Here formation of missiles takes place at which concentration? Above 10 to the power of minus 3. Then only that concentration is considered as critical missile concentration. So the definition is what? The formation of missiles takes place only above particular concentration is called CMC. So the CMC for soap is what? Just now we discussed already, 10 to the power of minus 3 to 10 to the power of minus 4 moles per liter. If the concentration is less than 10 to the power of minus 4, then the soap solution acts as electrolyte. If the concentration is greater than 10 to the power of minus 3, then the stearate ions, I will discuss later about what is stearate ions. Then the ions aggregates. That means then the ions become association, aggregate, and forms bigger ion called missiles. So this is about missiles. Based on this one more important this point is there. That is Kraft temperature. So to form missiles, some temperature is also needed. To form missiles, some temperature and some concentration is needed. Here the point is Kraft temperature is the particular temperature above which missiles are formed, then the temperature is called Kraft temperature. For example, suppose the Kraft temperature of one missile is 25 degrees centigrade. It means what? Missile cannot be formed at this temperature. It can be formed about 26 degrees, 27 degrees, 28 degrees. That means above this temperature only missiles can be formed. Then not this temperature. This temperature is called Kraft temperature. So the definition for Kraft temperature is what? the temperature above which missiles can be formed, that is called Kraft temperature. Just like critical missile concentration. What is the definition of critical missile concentration? The formation of missiles takes place only, that means missile formation takes place only above particular concentration, that is called CMC. Above particular temperature missiles are formed, that is called Kraft temperature. Above particular concentration missiles are formed, that is called CMC. Both the definitions are very very important for 1 mark. CMC means the formation of missiles takes place only above particular concentration, that is called above particular concentration. If missiles are formed, that is called CMC. Above particular temperature missiles are formed, that is called Kraft temperature. Next, one more important topic is there. This is also very important regarding missiles, that is cleansing action of soap. That means cleansing action of soap means if any dust or any oil is present on cloth, how can we remove that dust? We know already, if you apply soap, then that dust or oil can be removed from the cloth. So what is the mechanism behind that one? That is the meaning of that is called cleansing action of soap. So before that, we have to know one point. This is the formula for soap. This is called C17H35COONA. Its name is sodium stearate. Sodium stearate. Here the point is, when soap is dissolved in water, then stearate ions and sodium ions are formed. I repeat once again. When we apply water to soap, immediately these ions undergo this molecule, not ions, this molecule undergo ionization or dissociation. Then this reaction takes place. That is what C17H35COONA gives rise to C17H35COO minus Na plus. Here this is called stearate ion. This is called sodium ion. When we apply water to soap, immediately dissociation takes place by sodium stearate. This is the formula for soap. Now here some points are there regarding this one. This stearate ion contains two parts. They are this part. This is called hydrocarbon part. Why it is called hydrocarbon part? Because only this part contains carbons and hydrogen. And this one. Here this part is called hydrophobic part, and this part is called hydrophilic part. This is important point. This is called hydrophobic part. This is called hydrophobic part. This stearate ion contains two parts. That is hydrophobic part, and one more is hydrophilic part. This hydrophilic. Why it is called hydrophobic part? Because this part does not react with water. Hydrophobic means heat. Hydro means water. That part doesn't react with water. Why it is called hydrophilic part? Because that part can react with water easily. That means it is having more affinity. Affinity means attractions towards water, but it does not have affinity towards water. That is why it is called hydrophobic part. It is called hydrophilic part. Now the point is, this hydrophobic part, this part is called as tail part, and hydrophilic part is called as head part. This is called tail part. This is called head part. Now the point is, this hydrophobic part can form missile with dirt or oil. So cloths contain the dust or oil. Suppose our target is what? We should remove that one. So what we have to do? Every time we apply soap, then what is the mechanism takes place behind that one? Then the tail part, nothing but the hydrophobic part of soap. Tail part is also called hydrophobic part. This hydrophobic part of soap can form missile with dirt or oil present on cloth. This missile is insoluble in water. Why this missile is insoluble in water? Because this hydrophobic part is does not have affinity towards water, so that that part is insoluble in water. So if it is insoluble, it can be easily removed by water. That means when we apply water, automatically that part can be easily removed. If it is easily removed, automatically that cloth does not contain any dust or oil. That is the mechanism behind cleansing action of soap. I just repeat once again, listen carefully. This is the formula soap, that is what? C17H35CONA. This is called sodium stearate. When soap is dissolved in water, that means when we apply water to soap, immediately that sodium stearate undergo dissociation or ionization. That means these ions are formed. This ion is called stearate ion. We know that this is called sodium ion. Here the point is what? That stearate ion contains two parts. This is hydrophobic part, this is hydrophilic part. Because this, why this is called hydrophobic part? This part does not have affinity towards water. That is why it is called hydrophobic part. Why it is called a hydrophilic part? This part having affinity towards water. That means it can easily react with water. So this is hydrophobic, this is hydrophilic. Now the point is what? When we apply this soap on cloth, this hydrophobic part form missile with what? Dirt or oil present on cloth. Though this missile is insoluble in water. Why it is insoluble in water? Because that is formed by hydrophobic part, so that it is insoluble in water. Immediately it can be, that means that missile can be easily removed when we apply water. So that is the reason behind cleansing action of soap. This is very, very important. Here you may get one doubt about tail part, head part. Why it is called tail part, why it is called head part? I will show you now why it is called head part, why it is called tail part. I will show you. See carefully, listen carefully. That is C17H35COO minus. This contains how many carbons? 17. Total 18. See, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. So this is the condensed structure of this ion. We discussed already what are condensed structures, what are normal structures in organic chemistry part. This is condensed structure. That means in condensed structure, carbons and hydrogens are not visible. Here carbons and hydrogens are present. Here carbons and. So this is what stearate ion. This is the formula for soap. Here we have to know one point. There are so many molecules like this present in water, present in soap. There are so many molecules like this present in soap. When we apply water, immediately these ions are formed. All these ions aggregate each other. That means aggregate means what? I discussed already. Association. This is one stearate ion, this is one stearate ion, this is one stearate ion. So these all are stearate ions. When we apply water, all these ions becomes aggregate and form bigger molecule. This is called bigger molecule. Now this size of the particle should be how much? 10 to the power of minus 1. Its size should be lies between 1 millimicron to 1 micron. That means 10 to the power of minus 7 centimeters. Then only this is called missile. This is the reason behind missile. Now this negative charge part is called head part. This is tail part. This is hydrophobic part. These parts are hydrophobic part, carbon parts. This is called this is called head part. This is called tail part, hydrophobic part. This tail part form missile with dirt or oil present on cloth. Then that can be easily removed when we apply water, because that is insoluble in water. So this is the mechanism behind cleansing action of soap. If you have any doubt regarding this one, we will discuss those doubts in live class. So this is all about classification of colloids based on size of the colloidal particles. Thank you.